In our era of reason and empirical understanding, atheism has risen as a steadfast rejection of all spiritual frameworks, a worldview rooted in what can be observed, measured, and quantified. While atheism often prides itself on its logical foundation, there exists an intrinsic flaw in its approach, a severe limitation that fails to address or even acknowledge the metaphysical realm that has occupied humanity's curiosity for millennia. This critique seeks not merely to question atheism's dismissal of the spiritual but also to illustrate how Satanism, with its complex layers of spiritual exploration and personal empowerment, offers a path that transcends the restrictive parameters of atheism. Atheism's metaphysical blind spot. Philosophically, atheism is grounded in materialism, the belief that only the physical, observable universe exists. According to this view, consciousness, emotion, and all forms of subjective experience are byproducts of the brain's biochemical processes, nothing more than reactions bound to die with the individual. This stance, however, leads to an unavoidable dilemma. It denies the possibility of any reality beyond sensory perception, thereby confining human understanding within an overly restrictive paradigm. Atheism disregards the metaphysical, which is perhaps one of its most significant shortcomings. The metaphysical, by definition, reaches beyond the physical. Concepts of consciousness, existence, and even morality often rest on an unseen foundation that lacks concrete form yet shapes human experience. To claim, as atheism does, that there is nothing beyond the observable is to dismiss centuries of philosophical inquiry. Philosophers such as Descartes and Kant examined ideas of consciousness and being, acknowledging that the human experience transcends mere biology. In its dismissal of such perspectives, atheism demonstrates a reductionist outlook that, ironically, mirrors the dogmatism it so often criticizes in religious ideologies. Satanism's embrace of the metaphysical. Satanism, in contrast, does not dismiss the metaphysical, but rather embraces it as a field of exploration. Unlike atheism, which asserts there is no divine presence, Satanism allows for a nuanced interpretation of spirituality and acknowledgement of the unseen forces within and around us. Theistic Satanism, in particular, regards Satan as a powerful archetype or even as a genuine spiritual entity. This concept is not one that requires tangible proof or empirical validation, rather, it speaks to a form of inner empowerment and transcendent wisdom that goes beyond the material. Through rituals, meditation, and introspective practices, Satanism offers adherents the freedom to explore realms that atheism outright denies. These practices allow individuals to connect with their subconscious, to engage in symbolic acts that provide meaning and depth to the psyche. Satan, as an archetype, represents rebellion not only against societal norms but also against the limitations imposed by purely materialist perspectives. In Satanism, believers are not bound to reject the possibility of the unknown. Instead, they are encouraged to engage with it directly, to explore without fear of contradiction. Individual empowerment through spiritual exploration. One of the most compelling aspects of Satanism, particularly when viewed in contrast to atheism, is its dedication to individual empowerment through spiritual exploration. While atheism strips existence down to a collection of biological impulses and social constructs, Satanism encourages a journey of self-discovery that extends beyond the physical. Satanism celebrates the concept of the self as a powerful entity, one that is not confined by societal rules, moral judgments, or materialist assumptions. Instead, it invites individuals to seek truth on their own terms, without the constraints of an absolutist doctrine. Atheism may argue that freedom comes from rejecting belief systems altogether, yet in doing so, it fails to acknowledge that many individuals find liberation through spiritual exploration. In Satanism, rituals, meditations, and even symbolic invocations provide an outlet for expressing deep-seated desires, fears, and aspirations. This process of externalizing the inner world allows practitioners to confront parts of themselves that remain buried under the weight of a purely rational worldview. It is through this exploration that Satanists find empowerment, not by dismissing the spiritual but by embracing it fully, without reservation. The dogmatism of atheistic belief. In critiquing the limitations of atheism, it becomes evident that atheism itself has adopted many characteristics typically associated with organized religion, particularly dogmatism. While atheism may reject religious figures and deities, it often upholds science and reason with an almost zealous conviction. This unwavering adherence to empiricism ironically results in a belief system as rigid as the religious structures it opposes. Just as certain religious institutions claim exclusive knowledge of truth, atheism asserts that there is no truth beyond what can be measured, tested, or logically reasoned. Satanism, on the other hand, thrives in the ambiguity of existence. It does not purport to have all the answers, nor does it demand blind allegiance to a singular worldview. Instead, Satanism revels in questions that have no definitive answers, in mysteries that resist easy explanation. By remaining open to spiritual interpretations, Satanism avoids the rigidity that defines both traditional religion and atheism alike. Theistic Satanists, in particular, embody this openness, drawing power from the mysteries of existence rather than dismissing them outright. The need for meaning beyond empiricism. Atheism's reliance on empirical evidence provides a stable framework for understanding the physical world, but it leaves a void when it comes to human meaning and purpose. In reducing all phenomena to the purely material, atheism strips life of the deeper significance many seek. It offers no answers for the questions that lie at the heart of human existence. Why are we here? What is our purpose? Can there be meaning beyond survival? Satanism does not claim to provide definitive answers to these questions, yet it offers a space for exploration. Rather than dismissing the search for meaning as irrational, Satanism encourages a journey into the unknown, where answers are personal, fluid, and ever-evolving. This openness to the metaphysical allows Satanists to craft a life filled with significance, drawing on both the internal and external forces that shape existence. Conclusion: Satanism's superiority in the realm of the spirit. In contrast to atheism, which denies the very notion of spirit, Satanism provides a path that honors the complexity of human experience. By acknowledging the spiritual, theistic Satanists invite themselves to explore realms of consciousness that atheism, bound by the chains of materialism, simply cannot reach. Satanism does not impose a one-size-fits-all doctrine, it allows individuals to shape their own beliefs, to question, to rebel, and ultimately to grow. Where atheism offers certainty, Satanism offers mystery. Where atheism reduces existence to particles and impulses, Satanism sees the self as a powerful, complex being capable of transformation and empowerment. For those who find atheism's materialist outlook too confining, Satanism offers an alternative that is as liberating as it is challenging, a path not of negation, but of exploration. And in the end, it is this very exploration that grants Satanism its unique power, making it a far more profound choice for those who seek depth beyond the physical.